Hey, hearty welcome and namaskara to everyone who's watching us very closely in the MedX series, whereby we get some powerful expert to speak with us based on their rich experience and give us some very practical solutions to real life issues and problems that diabetics or people with obesity, hypertension, cholesterol, etc. face. And today we have the great honor of having Dr. Harish Shetty ji. Hearty welcome, sir, onto the camera. And it's
Thank you, Pramodji. Thank you.
such a delight to have you. I had the opportunity to meet sir physically offline also at the Bombay Ophthalmological Society meeting. And the presentation, the interaction has left a lasting impression on my mind. And sir comes with a huge experience in dealing with people on stress, psychological and psychiatric, both the ranges. And he's been a very, very renowned personality. Doesn't need much introduction from Mumbai and known across the world. So the topic, of course, is the impact of stress on lifestyle disorders like diabetes, hypertension, cholesterol, obesity, maybe PCOD, hypothyroid, etc. So, sir, we would love to open up the discussion with a simple question. You have a very, very rich experience. You might have met people who have a reasonably decent diet, reasonably, active lifestyle in terms of going for their walks and exercise, but still you might have seen them suffering from all these kind of disorders. So, what is your experience share over here based on, yeah?
Well, diet alone and a reasonable lifestyle is not enough. What happens within this space is as important. There was this man who was fighting his property case in the High Court. And he would boast that he does 1 hour of yoga, 45 minutes of exercise, eats on time, breathes properly. But still he would say that his sugar jumps 3 days before the High Court hearing and lasts for 7 more days.
Wow.
And then I asked him many questions and he told me this. So slowly when we asked him to do yoga, vipassana, around the time or even daily, so that he's able to quarantine the fearful memories of the High Court case, is able to bring down his anticipatory anxiety of the outcome of the case, is able to share his destructive emotions around the case with people, and he would attain some amount of equanimity when he goes to the court. I reminded him that when I have been I have been a witness in many High Court cases, even now and even in the past. I learned that deep breathing, a lot of relaxation, vipassana, pranayam is necessary to be practiced when you're on and standing in the witness box. So those who believe that lifestyle, yoga, getting up on time, sleeping on time are the only factors to de-stress yourself, they forget that there is a hypothalamo pituitary adrenal system which needs to be calmed. Otherwise, there will be a cortisol rain in the brain and the sugar will rise.
Interesting. So I think our audience typically is a pretty learned audience, and they love to get into a little bit of details. So even I've seen it over 10 years, and of course you've been there witnessing it directly one-to-one. So what is the exact axis? And it's not only sugar, I see even BP rising, I see cholesterol also rising. So just for the sake of the audience, could you explain the biochemical
there is a hypothalamus in the brain which releases a lot of chemicals, which acts on the pituitary gland in the brain, again which releases many chemicals, which acts on the adrenal gland just above the kidney. And the loop is complete when the adrenal glands also release substances to stimulate the hypothalamus. A healthy Harry Potter's axis, I call them, Harry Potter's axis, is essential for managing stress. When that axis gets disarrayed, when the music in the orchestra of Harry Potter's axis becomes noise, all the organs are playing their own sweet music, it becomes noise, no synchrony. And when the synchrony breaks, adrenal glands release a lot of steroids in the brain. There's a steroid rain in the brain, and slowly you'll find that blood pressure, lipids, as well as sugars go haywire. This happens before the exam results of children in parents. It also happens around the open house of children in parents. It also happens just before the engagement and just before the marriage among young couples. So what is important is what Lord Buddha said, equanimity, samanta. And samanta, if you are able to really achieve, or even reasonably, because ultimately Patanjali Rishi and Lord Buddha were the two greatest scientists of the world of all time. So equanimity is something which we need to chase. We do not need to chase big bucks and a lot of medals. They will come, they will always follow. Equanimity will make you effective, and that should be the goal. It will keep the orchestra playing music inside the body.
The way right now, as you're peacefully talking with a nice pace, even my body, and I'm sure the audience's body's orchestra and the music is kind of coming into place. I love that word also, which Buddha used, and that is upekha, upekha, upekha. Upeksha in Marathi, Sanskrit also at times it's used. And that's so important in today's times. So, you've given a variety of examples for us. And since we handle a lot of diabetics and people with metabolic disorders, if you could just share major things which you've seen with maybe younger ones and then maybe 60 plus ones, as to what are the major stresses you see them going through. Jamana badal raha hai, sir. A lot of things, I'm sure what you're experiencing in practice in the last 5 or 10 years, or even after COVID for that matter, would be different before COVID. So a little bit on the different demographics of people, different stresses they have, and what kind of solutions also, as you feel it relevant, that should be practiced for the different age groups. That will be really nice.
The young, even if they're CEOs or security guards, they work for 12 to 14 hours a day. They travel 4 hours a day, and the entire diurnal clock goes haywire. And when the diurnal circadian rhythm goes haywire, the organs go for a toss. Many organs protest. Thyroid is one which goes into a protest mode, and you have thyroid issues. When the organs go on a protest mode, and the young are not able to realize it because they do not see the pain, feel the pain, or maybe the blood test may be near normal, they also suffer a self-imposed, a self-proclaimed torture, because they also deprive themselves of sleep. Sleep deprivation is worse than not being able to sleep, and pushing the sleep cycle late at night again adds to the destruction and the bombing of the entire mind-body orchestra. When that happens, as somebody said, yesterday's 70s is seen in today's 40s, and what would happen at the age of 60 happens at the age of 30 and 40. So I tell the young, number one, भेजे से खिलवाड़ मत करना, नींद से खिलवाड़ मत करना, पलटवार करेगा. Exam में you will not remember the answers. During the honeymoon, your husband or your wife will run away. I also tell them that you will be able to, you will need to see the physicians much earlier than you actually required. And even if you believe that the car keys, the masochistic image of a large SUV and the keys will not give you any joy. What is important is don't play around with your sleep. Don't play around with the diet. Remember that exercise dissolves tears, fears, and sugar and maintains the HPA, Harry Potter's axis. Remember Dhyan, Pranayama, Vipassana, Shambhavi Mahamudra, or Sudarshan Kriya, or any form of meditation, Tasbih or Rosary, brings a balance between the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system, And if you practice this in the early 20s, because yoga is cool, Vipassana is cooler, and we start doing that now, you will find that you will be in the real 20s and the real 30s. My dear young friends, remember one thing. Your entire organs, like a car, needs servicing, and the servicing has to start early. You will be more effective and you'll be able to do a lot of work in a short time if you are stress-free or if you are balanced. These are some things which you need to do. And also remember, WHO has said, exercise dissolves stress. Exercise is good for mild depression. Watch the movie, which is on the web for 4 minutes. I have a black dog, just 4 minutes. This is evidence-based movie by the WHO. Exercise and meditation, probability of getting lifestyle diseases are much, much less.
I have a black dog, 4 minutes.
Yes, it's
Okay.
a 4-minute movie, and it's a research movie with evidence. Please see it and share it with everybody. But remember, that is not black dog whiskey. Black dog is a word which Winston Churchill used for his depression, and the WHO has used it today.
So nice. Very interesting, sir. Even I was not aware of this. I'm going to make it a point to watch it ASAP tonight. 4 minutes is definitely we can take out. And if it's evidence-based, one must go through it, because many times I see that the data, when it comes forth, then the attitude starts shifting in people. They start taking something very seriously. They're not saying, oh, dadi maa ka wahi purana jaldi sona, ye kya hai ye? But suddenly, so much thuk things coming in front will make more sense. So that's what
Pramod, everybody speaks about sleep hygiene, right bed, right atmosphere, but remember, one part of sleep hygiene which people ignore is jhagda karke sone ka nahi. It's important that don't sleep over a fight. If you want to fight, 7 o'clock is the D-day, D-time. After 7, no fights. And rest you can practice what you know about sleep hygiene.
Superb, sir. So valuable. So I still remember the slide which you had shown at Bombay Ophthalmological Society over this, not to sleep with a fight. I mean, completing all the fights on the bed, completing and then only going off to bed. Very, very nice.
And one more point, Pramod.
Yes.
Sleep is not about arithmetic. It's about architecture.
Wow, that's new.
Sleep, deep sleep, deep sleep, dream sleep, deep sleep, dream sleep, and get up from deep sleep. There are people who get up from dream sleep and they say they're tired, they're depressed. And what is important is not the hours of sleep, but it's the architecture of sleep which is important.
So a little bit more explanation on this will help people. Please,
absolutely.
A little bit more.
Yoga Nidra helps you to sleep better. When your phones are locked in the bedroom at 9 o'clock, the blue light does not allow you to sleep. Yoga Nidra, no fight, relaxing. And when you sleep, you need to go through the entire architecture of REM sleep, rapid eye movement sleep, and non-rapid eye movement sleep. Rapid eye movement sleep and NREM stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. And the cycle goes on. It's dream sleep and deep sleep. And when you get a sleep and its architecture is normal, your sleep is better, you rise up fresh in the morning. Some people complain they sleep for 9 hours, still they're not fresh because the architecture is lost. And to have a good architecture, no coffee tea after 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning, stop after 5 o'clock in the evening. Don't have a long nap in the afternoon. Some people say, मेरी नींद अच्छी है, 4 घंटा दोपहर को सोता हूँ, 4 घंटे रात को सोता हूँ. गलत है. Maximum nap, maximum, not more than 1 hour. And 6-7 hours of good sleep, 6 hours of good sleep at night is really very healthy. Then the organs start smiling inside your body. They cooperate, they play music, and guitarist and the drummer, they synchronize.
So nice. Loving the way you make it so simple and interesting. Great. So that was for the younger lot. Anything for the middle-aged and maybe the whole midlife crisis, and even elderly.
I'm enjoying it, Pramod. I'm enjoying your questions. For the middle-aged, at the 40s, you start becoming cynical. Ayushyamadhi kai nahi kelai. We have not done anything in life. He has gone up ahead of me. He has gone ahead of me. He's in USA. I'm in India. Remember, my dear friends, there is an entry age and there's an exit age. Both we do not know. So what is important is, if you're able to enjoy whatever is in your plate, and if you aspire for more, no issue at all. Ability to find meaning in life in middle age is very important. When you have purpose and meaning, there's research. When there's purpose and meaning, heart beats correctly. The aggregation of platelets in the arteries of the heart is less, and calcification of the heart arteries is less when you are optimistic, you have purpose in life and your meaning in life. So find them, even if you are a CEO, even if you are a CFO or a mid-level general manager, purpose in life is very important. And that is for the 40s. Because ultimately, nobody starves if they work. And if you look across your shoulder and feel unhappy, remember what Milkha Singh did. He lost the race because he looked across the shoulder. Look ahead.
Superb.
If you can actually build your empathy bank, don't overestimate your empathy. You have to refurbish it, replenish it all the time by actually chasing small joys. In this era, Pramod, you can't plan. 15 दिवसाचा नंतर आम्ही कांतारा बघू. नाही. You have time, still time. You have time today for a cup of coffee with your loved one. Just go and have it. Still time. Build your Gangotri, that is the empathy bank, so that the compassion, Ganga, can flow. At 40s, meaning in life, apart from all other things. At 40s, purpose in life, optimism, and very important is, be kind and compassionate. The body will reward you with great gifts, which are invisible, but will be felt by the heart and the soul. At 60s, now we have all small families. Bulanami Santo, you go to America, go to USA, it's your life, enjoy your life, but don't think about us, we're all right. They are lying. I see many elderly people lonely with their sons and their daughters abroad, and when they fall ill, they have nobody in the hospital. Bank drafts don't heal. Presence heals. So it's very important for parents to be upfront and blunt and tell the children, I need you when I am sick. There is unconditional love which the parents show, but I'm telling all parents, conditional love. We are giving birth to you. Either you take us to USA or UK or wherever you want to go, or come back as and when we feel like, take care of us. The elderly should not feel ashamed to say, take care of us. Number one. Number two, do not sit like a martyr in your house. मैं और मेरी तन्हाई अक्सर आपस में बातें करते हैं. नहीं, 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 नहीं. Go out and tell the world, I am lonely. Is there somebody whom you can talk to? There would be others who are lonely like you. And sit down and share small joys. Don't share complaints. Don't share old difficult stories. 2011 में मैं मेरे बेटे को अमेरिका भेजा. 1 साल वो मुझे रोज फोन करता था. बाद में फोन करना बंद किया. Do not depend on anybody. Go and start talking to people. Join all organizations which give you company, which give you exercise, which give you relaxation and fun. See that you are connected. Remember, there are 3 words in life: communicate, connect, and connectedness. Communicate means you wish a random person happy birthday on Facebook. Doesn't work. ठीक है, उसे अच्छा लगता होगा. Then you connect. That means you go to people's marriages, engagements. That's also good. But connectedness is much more than that. You be a part of somebody's life. Somebody's part of your life. When you have a birthday, invite the entire building for your birthday. 10 people will come. Don't be ashamed. If I invite, he will not come. Don't fear rejection, my elderly people. Invite, and you'll find that there are many people who are in this state and they'll come back. My dear Pramod, the biggest illness of the 21st century is disconnection. Globalization disconnects. You get the news of somebody who has passed away by a notice in your notice board. You don't attend. You don't know. On Facebook, when you type happy birthday, somebody says, somebody reminds you that the person is no more, and you type happy birthday. So disconnection is the biggest illness, worse than diabetes, hypertension, HIV. And the answer to this, reconnect. And go for all festivals. Even if you can dance a dandiya, just 5 steps, do it.
So nice.
then that is something you need to do. Elderly people, if you feel very lonely, if you feel Sain Dharavi and Switzerland is the same, if you do not feel any interest, remember at that time nothing will work. Huh? Like Amitabh Bachchan said, "Do boon zindagi ki for oral polio," you will say, "Shayad ek goli khushi ki from a psychiatrist." Yeah, kuch therapy from a psychologist. Man ka fracture hua, which is very common among the elderly, seek help, take treatment. And that is very important. Saying that I'm depressed, man ka fracture hua hai, I would want to go to a psychologist or psychiatrist, requires a lot of courage, and that's what elderly should do. And all the young people, when you stay in mohallas and buildings, take a note of all the elderly people. Find out who are those people who don't come down to the building. Don't say it's their space. We should not encourage. Knock their door and say, "Uncle, Kaka, Bairya, apan khali vaso." If one young person takes care of one elderly family, he will become rich in compassion. He'll be a better father, a better husband, a better sister, and a better son.
Amazing, amazing, sir. You're just flowing. I just keep wondering how these kind of beautiful insights just flow with such energy and force, and getting a goose flesh a little bit right now while I took an extra pause listening to you. And I'm sure all those who watch this entire video later also will be blessed with the energy, intensity, and clarity of the experience and the examples and simple actions that you've suggested. So just feeling blessed, not exaggerating, not to make this video a big video or anything, just feeling blessed spending this time with you. Good that, I kept nudging you, sir, interview karna hai, and good that you also, okay, chal Pramod, Thursday ko kar dalte hai, and I'm feeling so nice that this has happened. Sir, before we kind of move ahead, close, you already said so much. So I think the whole talk is full of wisdoms and pearls, but anything as a closing thing you would love to share, and that we would just invite Dr. Mayurika ji for a while, just to give her a few words to you, to your talk. And
absolutely
anything, please, sir, go ahead. Your closing words, sir. I mean,
locked minds are time bombs.
Locked minds
are time bombs.
Okay.
Open it, lest it explodes inside earlier. Manje bhavna aath thevu naka. Whatever you feel, put it on the table, write in a paper. If you lock your minds, it'll be trouble. Next two sentences. Jo beh gaya wo pani hai, jo reh gaya wo zahar hai. If you feel like crying, God is generous to give us 2 buckets of tears. Let it flow. And if you lock your tears, it becomes poison. The last thing is, my dear friends, remember this all your life. Time is not always the best healer. Time is not always the best healer. Go to your doctor whom you trust. Go to your Vaidya whom you trust. Go to your parents whom you trust, and see that you seek help very early. People who have courage seek help, and that I think is very important.
Amazing. So I just want to repeat those 3 for my own registering and re-registering. One is locked mind.
Time bombs.
Time bombs. And while you were saying that, something triggered in me, which was told to me by some very nice. Is your message of all the psychoanalysis and wonderful things you did in your life. And it seemed, now I don't know whether it's true or not, it seems Freud said, secrets make you sick. 4 simple words. So I think it's kind of connected to that somewhere. And that's amazing. Secrets make you sick. Okay, secrets make you sick. So locked minds are a time bomb. तो पहले unlock करो. Unlock जब करोगे तो जो बहेगा वो पानी है, जो रह गया वो जहर है. Amazing. So you need to unlock it and then let it flow. And crying is a discharge of sadness, of course. Okay.
It's liberating. Crying is liberating.
Yes, absolutely. Crying is a discharge of sadness, and maybe sometimes throwing a tantrum also. We also say shaking and trembling is a very nice discharge for your anxiety and worries. The body has its own way of discharging the stuff and we should allow it to happen. Okay.
Absolutely.
Allow it to happen. Okay. So that was the second thing I'm taking back. Okay. So locked mind's the time bomb. Allow things to discharge and move out. बहने दो पानी को, जहर रखने की जरूरत नहीं, जाने दो. और ये करने के लिए किसी को पकड़ो, the presence of someone, because I think the presence of someone starts becoming a trigger, like a loving attention starts becoming a trigger for discharge and release. As you said, it could be a Vaidya, your doctor, your parent, your friend, your loved one, your spouse, your whatever, wherever you feel the freedom to unlock yourself. And of course, professional help if it's needed, just go ahead and take professional, because time may not be the healer.
Time is not always the best
healer. Not always the healer, because if you're carrying the zehar for 10 years, you can create cancer also out of that through time, rather than that becoming a healer. Oh my God, sir, amazing stuff. We are going to bring you back again, not only later, but even in this video. But I want Dr. Mayurika ji to just come online for a minute or two. She heads our psychology department. She has been your student in the past. She's has been in the background proudly watching and texting me, sir, kya acha interview ja raha hai. I don't want to come on the stage is what she was saying. Let it be closing with Dr. Harish's talk only. But I'm tempted, Dr. Mayurika ji, whatever, as a head of the department of inner transformation psychology and being a student of Dr. Shetty ji, anything you feel like sharing with the audience right now? And we will have again last words by Dr. Shetty ji only. Yeah.
I think everything is covered so very well, but then still I'll say is that we can lead life the way children play dominoes. कैसे बच्चे dominoes खेलते हैं? They'll arrange all the pieces, tuk 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 tuk. They'll arrange all the pieces. Then they'll make it fall, and one piece falls, and then there may be a break in between. But then what they'll do? They'll not leave the game. They'll again go there, again put a push and tuk 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 tuk, and then watch it fall. Similarly, our body, our mind wants to grow, wants to evolve and find the place of peace, serenity, happiness. We are designed to do that. So if you start any intervention, maybe it is exercise, it will have some effect for some days. Then the effect will stop. And many people over here make a mistake and say, oh, did this not work? I did meditation for 10 days. It was good, but then I forgot and now it is not working. And then they give up. It's like giving up on your domino game. No, you give it another push. And then again it will fall, tuck, 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 tuck. And similarly, you will see that this ripple effect of happiness, well-being, prosperity will be maintained.
Lovely. Amazing. Thank you so much. And I'm tempted towards the end, Harish ji, Mayurika ji, for just presence of ours for just a little time. I think enough has got talked, and there's a Buddha inside Harish ji, very, very obvious. There's a Buddha behind me, which I take recourse to. Vipassana has been one of the greatest experiences and the teachings also. So maybe towards the closure, we just be present for half a minute. At the end of it, whatever comes up, Harish ji, please feel like sharing, we'll share that. Just a little presence for half a minute. And I want the audience also to come into present. So nice. So I'm going to let you have the last word. Second last, whatever comes to me right now is, long back I'd read something on heart mathematics, Institute of Heart Math. And maybe through this talk and interaction, there's a certain degree of coherence building in your heart with my heart and maybe the heart of the audience and Dr. Merikaji's heart. So please, while you listen to the whole talk and you listen to the wisdom and whatever's happening in your life for the audience, look at where is the incoherence happening? Where is the heart getting a little disturbed and shaky? And see how you can bring the coherence back into the rhythmic movement of the not only the physical heart, but the whole electromagnetic field around the heart. And that will be beautiful for you because the whole cortisol, adrenaline, Harry Potter axis, as you said it, everything's will start balancing and get you'll reverse aging also. Forget about diabetes and BP and cholesterol and obesity because all of them have roots to stress, even looks wise and joy wise, everything will shift. So, invitation for all to bring more coherence in your heart. Sir, over to you for the last words.
Hate and loneliness are the two biggest diseases of the 21st century.
Wow.
And the only antidote is love. Hate destroys the best. Love awakens the worst. So remember, our time is limited. And let your hand reach out to people who need them. And also remember, the hand that reaches out to the others also is available to your loved ones.
Amazing. Sir. This has not been a normal talk or a normal MedX. It's been beyond. And I just want everyone to watch it, cherish it. And खरंच म्हणजे last, it's like the biggest bolt, hate and loneliness. Amazing. We know it somewhere, but the intensity with which and the timing with which, the way at which it's come from you, just too good. Thank you, sir, so much for taking this half an hour out from your schedule. And I would look forward to connecting again. Thank you. Thank you.
Likewise, Pramod, you are doing fantastic work in reversing diabetes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.